During the time I was living and working in Los Angeles, I worked with one client who had a recurring dream about her childhood home. Memories of her old home would appear in her dreams, and she would wake up feeling some angst and sadness after those dreams. She felt like it would be possibly silly to bring up her childhood move as a topic in therapy. Intellectually, she knew that it wasn't silly, and she knew that I wouldn't say that it was. But part of her felt a little silly bringing up this matter as an issue in therapy. As an adult, she still felt a lot of sadness over never having had the opportunity to say goodbye to her childhood home when her family moved years ago. When she was a child, her parents didn't let her know very far in advance of the move that they were moving. I don't recall how long the little girl had to wrap her head around the move, perhaps 1 or 2 days. She recalled having to leave some toys behind, but then feeling guilty for feeling mad at her parents that they had her leave them behind. She had lingering feelings of anger toward her parents after she and her family moved to their new home, but then felt bad about herself for feeling so much anger toward her parents when she felt very loved by them and thought of them as being very good parents. As a little girl, she had felt a loss of control, like the rug was pulled out from under her, like she had no real agency in terms of deciding what belongings she could bring with her in the move, and she didn't feel like she had time to say goodbye to her childhood friends or to her house. During therapy, she had a profound inner healing experience. I believe that she cried and had a lot of emotion about that time in her life. She had a sense of comfort being brought to her inner child by her higher guidance. I believe that she said that in the memory she saw a brightness, a light, and felt loved, validated, and understood. Through the self-love and inner healing experience, she was able to connect with her inner child from her loving adult self and dialogue with her inner child about that time in her life. Her inner child had a lot of things that she still needed to say about that move. My client was able to access emotions from that time in her life that were pressing for expression from her subconscious. She was working on developing the loving adult self aspect of herself, so that she would make choices in her life from this aspect of herself, rather than from her wounded adult self. After her emotional healing experience during therapy, she planned a trip with her boyfriend to visit her old childhood home. She hadn't visited this home since she moved away. She believed that visiting the home was an important step for her to take for her own emotional healing, and she wanted to share her healing journey with her boyfriend. She thought that it would be a bonding time with him. Soon after returning to Los Angeles from the trip, she returned to therapy and updated me about her travels. She said that visiting her childhood home brought closure for her for the period of her life that had been haunting her from childhood. The visit to the home also brought her and her boyfriend closer together. She didn't think this would have been possible for her without walking through the self-love and inner healing process during therapy and learning how to practice the dialogue process in her daily life. The moral of this story is there is no issue too small to address in therapy. If content is pressing you for conscious awareness via your dreams, recurring thoughts, issues in your relationship, or triggers, for example, this could indicate that a part of you is ready for emotional healing. If you would like to address any issues during therapy or have any questions about what I have discussed in this video, please contact me, Dr. Merilee Lovejoy. Blessings to you.